Hey James and Mark, let me just tell y'all, I love y'all channel. When I went to your channel, I'm like, oh yes, I know them. I know you guys very well.
Hey guys, James and Mark here with another mukbang. Please subscribe. We're on the road to 20K by June. And today we are going to be having these special mussels that you've prepared.
They're kind of like your big mussels, but we added a secret ingredient.
What? Secret ingredient? I saw the whole process. Oh yeah, what is a secret ingredient?
The garlic butter panko breadcrumbs.
So Mark let me taste a little bit of it during the cooking process, and it tasted like if garlic bread could be snow.
So like you're ready to pour milk on it and eat it like cereal.
I ate it straight up. It was so good. So I'm super excited. It looks very beautiful. And then we also have a rosé wine that we thought would pair really nicely with this.
You know, I love the way how rosé wine looks because it's such a pretty coral pink color, huh?
Okay, you know your colors. Coral? I would have never said that was a coral color.
Well, HGTV, hire me.
Actually, I read a study about men and women and how they tend to describe colors. Typically, I'm not saying this is true of everyone,
But according to article,
yeah, men are more generic in their description of it. So like someone could look at this and say light pink or orange, but someone like, well, you in this case, suggested that it's coral in color. So more specific. Women tend to be more specific with the color and describing it. So
maybe I'm like a dolphin.
I don't know what that What does that mean?
I'm a dolphin because I see a lot of corals in the ocean.
Oh, that's what you. I did not
why.
get that connection. We haven't even drank yet.
No, you could edit that out. That was a very lame joke. As I said,
No.
dolphin, and I'm like, wait, how am I gonna make you connect those two
I need
together?
to keep this in because a few videos ago you said I don't understand why my jokes are seen as like dad jokes or lame jokes. This is a very good example.
You know what?
Cheers.
I admit fault when I admit to it. So.
Well, that's true, but you also just told me to edit it out, and that doesn't seem like admitting fault. That's okay. Mmm. Actually, it's probably better to eat with your hands because if there's any juicy bits, you need to like shovel that out. You gotta dig it out, girl. So we bought,
Or just
yeah, we're just gonna go.
Pick at it? Okay.
The way it's displayed makes me just want to like see how many we can eat, but like there's not that many. I think we'll be okay.
So how do you like it with the garlic butter crisps?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
It
good
has
addition.
that little
Texture to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The texture is important. Yeah, because usually when I make this, basically everything the same, but the like you said, that was the secret ingredient right there. Yeah, as we were making it, it was like almost like an assembly line.
Masago,
Yeah.
and then you did the green onions,
Did the green
and
onions.
then the sriracha.
So I learned a lesson. I don't know if you even noticed, but I was on my phone as you were doing that. I was like, crap, I better like get up and contribute. So I washed my hands, and then that's why I stepped in.
Thank you. I assumed you're like hungry, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna wait for Mark to put each masago meticulously one by one, and then the green onions in a cluster one by one. So I felt like you're just wanting to speed up the process.
No, I was more driven by like it's very tedious for one person to do.
Okay.
However, yeah, you did bring up a good point. The one time I did the green onion, right after I put the green onion down, you're like, oh, can you put it in a cluster? And I just went, and then the next one I was like, okay, this is the cluster now. This is what happens when you're married to a perfectionist. I consider myself a perfectionist, but I guess I'm also Compared to you, maybe not as much.
I don't think I'm a perfectionist.
I don't know. I feel like our viewers would okay, in the comments down below, out of the two of us, just based off of what you've seen on our channel. I mean, I guess it's unfair because of what you do.
Not perfectionist, but I like
big butts.
Yes.
You do. Oh, I need to work on that. I think I have a really flat butt.
Well, start doing squats. No, not perfectionist, but I mean, if with presentation, I just want to make it look pretty. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how the Musago like fell off the muscle earlier?
Yeah.
If a true perfectionist would get so mad, throw everything away and start from scratch.
I don't even think that's true, but okay, we'll go with that. Actually, earlier this week, very uncomfortable situation that I put Mark under, but I'm taking a leadership series at work, and the homework assignment we had to do for this week was to interview people that know you really well. So I obviously picked Mark, and you're supposed to ask them questions about your leadership, basically soliciting feedback, which could go two ways, right? So I made Mark sit across from me in my makeshift office over there. And how was that experience for you?
Yeah,
were you scared?
I mean, I was a little nervous, but I knew the point of the activity was for me to be truthful, right, and not sugarcoat things. But I did have a shield next to me just in case if James picks up the monitor and goes, ah! I needed to block myself. But contrary to what I believe might happen, James was very receptive to all of my feedback.
Well, you know what's very interesting about that whole experience is, as much as I was feeling vulnerable in that moment, I could only imagine how vulnerable you would feel being honest about things I need to work on. Your areas of improvement for me were quite telling.
Expected? Oh, telling.
Yeah. Long story short, Mark said, as a leader, I'm very empathetic and I consider the people that I'm working with, all of that. And then for the piece of feedback, I think he said, oh no, it was a question about how would you improve your relationship? And you said to apply my strengths in the workplace to our relationship. So
yeah, I want you to care a little bit more. I want you to be empathetic towards me. Like, everyone is like this. You are not with your guard up with people that you live with and that you love, right?
You really see the raw version of a person, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna.
Right. So I don't expect you
yeah.
to treat me the same way you treat someone at work.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when we are in a brainstorm, like when we're talking about what are we filming and like,
those don't ever go well.
No, and then I was like, hey, even though it's just us two, it is kind of work related type of discussion and conversation. So that's how we should bring to each other how we are at work with that kind of discussion at home.
Yeah, and I think I'm trying to move more towards that by making things more official. So it's not like, I don't know, us just talking about it casually on the way to H Mart.
Yeah.
Like, I want to schedule time on a calendar and we sit down.
So
and
I appreciate that, because James would be like, I'm right about to go to sleep, and he's like, oh, do you want to talk about this now? I was like, no, I'm
So yeah, I need to work on that.
But I did notice that you were trying to be intentional with scheduling something, because he's like, when can I reach out to your secretary, Hadu, for your next availability for a meeting discussion?
I don't know how Hadu gets paid. He doesn't do anything.
I have not heard from him about reaching out to me for my availability, so I don't know. It might never happen. I hate you.
He's right here sleeping. Your advice to me, right, like, it kept playing in my head. And then we recently got into a little like argument and fight, and even though I was hearing myself, I was like, nope. I was like, But I at least acknowledged, like, okay, this is probably a moment where I could be, I don't even want to say a bigger person, because that implies that one person did something wrong over the other, but at least I was cognizant of what you said, and so I will work on that.
Oh, that's a huge accomplishment, and I consider that a win, so thank you.
Oh, good. If that's all it takes to be a win, then I will take that. So, while we're on the topic of feedback, you guys might have clicked on this video because we had mentioned that B Loves Life mentioned our channel. Now I feel like it's a little warped around when I say she mentioned her channel because we actually scheduled her through Cameo.
It's basically like famous people or celebrities or athletes or whatever, including BLOVES. They make themselves available to appear in any form that you want them to. It kind of reminds me back in the day.
What?
A long time ago when people had pagers and beepers.
Oh yeah.
And you wanted to have a really cool greeting, right? So like you would call into the radio station and be like, hey, you know, DJ Slurry, can you do a quick like message greeting for me so I could use that as my part of my greeting, right? Chose BLOVES to do a cameo. Like, but then what we asked her to do is just give us feedback on our YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, we just kind of wanted, because we feel like we've been stagnant, even though we've kind of made adjustments here and there to kind of up our content, but at the end of the day we're not growing, so it was helpful. It was a good investment for us to just hear from someone else that we value as a creator and see what she said. And we're gonna let you guys see some clips of what she shared.
Hey James and Mark, let me just tell y'all, I love y'all channel. When I went to your channel, I'm like, oh yes, I know them. I know you guys very well. And I love your content. I love everything about your content. I love the way you guys interact with each other. I like the dynamics of your relationship. I love you guys. You guys are very professional with it. It's kind of a mystery to me of why it's not further than what it is, because you guys have been doing this for 4 years. It is a lot of work. We make it look easy, but it's not. And I don't think a lot of people don't understand the back end of what we do to keep uploading these videos and create these videos for them. You guys do an amazing job with, you know, what type of food that you're using and that you're eating. You just have a variety of foods on your videos, which is amazing to me. I wish you guys all the best. There's nothing I can say that's bad about your channel. You're doing your thing. You've done the work. You put the work into it. YouTube can be a funny thing, I tell you. It's so funny. I mean, a funny way of, you know, some channels you see like, you know, that should get more attention than the other channels you see. You like, wow, okay, how did they get launched out like that? You know, keep doing you. Keep moving to the top. Keep, you know, y'all same energy. I love you guys. I promise you, you guys are great, amazing content creators.
So overall, like, did you feel like it was a worthwhile investment? It was $100. So
Totally worthwhile to even hear BLOVES. I love the fact that she still remembers us, because I remember when you first started the channel, even before I came on board, like you two kind of interacted via YouTube here and there, right?
Yeah.
A lot.
This was like
3 years ago.
I think it was even before she had her intro.
Yeah.
Because she started out and I was like, she's gonna blow up and I want to be the seafood king, and that never happened. But
for her to remember us, that's
yeah,
amazing.
it was very flattering to hear that.
That's so genuine, yeah.
I've actually watched the clip multiple times, especially in moments where I'm like we're not where we're at. So it's just nice to hear it from someone else in the space. Not saying that we don't appreciate all the great comments and love that you guys show us. It just is helpful to hear it from BLOVES that she's like, you guys have great content, you guys eat good food. I don't know why you haven't blown up yet.
The quality is good, so it validates the effort that we put into the videos. For her to even say, sometimes like YouTube is a mystery. Sometimes like people, I'm gonna use her words, that shouldn't be blown up or big because their quality and the content is not as good as ours maybe, but they are. She goes, it's just a mystery. So that kind of helps us kind of feel better a little bit.
It makes me feel like this better, but I'm like, well then let us blow up, okay?
James said, what are we having for dinner? Because this is just appetizer. And it is just appetizer.
A straight up appetizer. I need some like starch or something. Well,
question for you.
oh.
Comment below if you notice, but there's something different about me. Oh. It involves this darker area on top of my head.
Okay, cat's out of the bag. You shaved.
I trimmed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No. What really happened?
I got a haircut by a professional. It was the best thing ever.
Really?
Well,
how did? It's been at least 3 months. 4?
since mid-March or even before that because I didn't get a haircut. I had to go with a new person. I put all my trust in this new person.
That's scary.
It is scary. I wanted to use the pandemic as a reason for kind of change to not, go back to my old person. I wanted someone new. And he was really cool, really nice. My hair, like I didn't style it, he styled it, right? So it's not gonna look like this tomorrow, I know, because I'm probably not gonna do it like this. But first thing James said when he saw me when I came home is like, you look like someone that what did you say?
It looks like every time you're watching like a TV show and they need to do a flashback episode.
Oh yeah.
It looks like this because Mark had this haircut maybe like early 10s. I mean, it's kind of nice because then I feel like he's younger now.
Oh, so I'm 10 years younger?
Yeah.
No, it's just like this Korean style, like over texturized and like, yeah.
So what are you gonna do with it tomorrow then?
I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it tomorrow.
Bro, do not use the blow dryer that early though. I need my sleep. But the first thing Mark said when he got home was like, oh, I feel so much like
even though I gained, I think 12 pounds during the pandemic, I feel like I lost 12 pounds because my neck's thanking me right now.
Bro, you might need to shave off a little bit more hair then.
He has his own studio in one of those Phoenix salon or whatever.
Like a suite. You get
a suite, yeah. But they lock the main door.
Okay.
Because they're trying to protect the customers, right? So you have to actually call your person so that he could open the door for you. So I was wearing a mask. And then I was waiting for him to give me permission to take it off. But at first, this is my first visit with him. So I think he was being careful. I was being careful.
You trying to take it off on the first time you meet someone?
No, I'm because I was confused. And then the first thing he did was can I wash your hair? I was like, sure. And then I think at that time, he's like, you know what, if you want to take off your mask, I don't mind, but only if you feel comfortable. Okay, I'm taking it off because it was just us. It was just only me and him. He had his mask on still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got whatever you brought home.
Well,
what was that?
Well,
good lord.
But he was really nice. He even gave me an extra mask for me to take home and use. Even though I didn't use a mask. Felt good. Someone washing my hair. He even had this scalp massager machine. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels kind of good even on the outside of my hat.
Yeah, see? We just uploaded our first picnic video.
I need to clarify something with you. What makes a picnic a picnic? Because in my mind, we should have been on the floor, we should have had a blanket, we should have had a basket, and there should have been a trail of ants.
Okay.
That's what I think of when I hear picnic. So I'm like, is it allowed? Was that a picnic? What's a picnic?
You're right. Usually it involves foods that you kind of prepare at home to take.
That's what I mean.
But it doesn't have to be on the floor necessarily because those tables we sat at, aren't they technically called a picnic bench?
Oh, you're right. What makes a picnic a picnic?
See, we did not do this because again, we didn't plan it that well in the beginning. We didn't know how it was going to work, so we just picked up Lee's sandwich. But I would imagine some kind of table setting, whether if it's on the grass or on the table, with the tablecloth or blanket, with wine glass. Wine
glasses?
Yeah, something that's like you have a plate setting and a cheese board. To me, if you go that extra mile, then that becomes from just eating Lee's sandwich to a true picnic.
Okay, my definition is eating outside, typically at a park. So now we're gonna ask her and see who's closer. Alexa, define picnic.
As a noun, picnic is usually defined as an excursion or outing in which the participants carry food with them and share a meal in the open air.
It was a hybrid.
It was a hybrid of both of our answer.
Yeah. Did you mention outdoors for yours at all?
I mean, that was implied.
How?
Yeah, please say.
No, that's right.
No, I meant outdoors.
If you didn't say it, then you didn't say it, and it's okay. But you didn't say it.
Oh, so you wanted me to define every single like? I thought you just said, "Oh, how would you define picnic?"
Well, yeah, that's true. But now I'm saying if you define it, like, what's the definition? It's okay. Yeah, we need to figure out other picnic foods because having never really been on picnics, I don't even know where to start.
I actually ordered a picnic basket for us for a potential next picnic mukbang video.
I said let's wait to see how episode 1 goes before we put more investment
Even if
in
we
it.
don't film it, I kind of always wanted a picnic set, so maybe it'll force us to go out. See, I knew this was gonna happen.
What?
The video at the park, we're like, thank goodness for mukbang because it's forcing us to go out and eat our sandwiches outside. Because normally we would never, right?
Mm-mm.
We would never.
I mean, first of all, I would not sit at a picnic bench that had sketchy ketchup left from before. That was already like, but there was no other bench, and we're like, oh, we gotta sit here.
Can we think?
They did not
on
leave
a
it. No,
positive
they
side?
left their trash.
I know it because the way how they even lined it up.
No, girl.
Maybe they felt bad throwing it away, so maybe
Girl,
the
it,
next person.
COVID-19, you don't leave your stuff around
It
anymore.
was already enclosed.
Yeah, but the outside could be contaminated. So you're a perfectionist, but not ultra hygienic.
I like to look at things glass half full.
Yeah. I like to see it as maybe it's full, maybe it's not.
You like to see it as a glass that I could just pour water on your face. And
Like, yeah, me too. Yeah, for sure. No one left let's just end that debate. No one left the ketchup for the next person to enjoy it.
Okay, I have a confession.
Would you
I
eat
have
the
a
ketchup?
Here, I have a confession.
You left the ketchup there before we got there?
Not me. But sometimes when we like go to fast food and then we grab the condiments or extra napkins, but we don't use all of them.
Yeah.
I'll leave the napkin neatly stacked on the table. But the confession is like I know pretty much 99% of the time either the workers or the next customer is not going to use the napkin. But I only did that because I feel bad throwing away perfectly good napkins.
That's true. Kind of like when we go to restaurants and like I feel bad when they try to fill up my water and I don't want a full glass. So sometimes I'm like, can you fill it up a third of the way? But I sound so obnoxious saying it, but it's because I don't want to waste water.
I know, but to the server...
Yeah, I don't know about the server, so yeah, well, tell me.
No, as a server, if you're not really, like, that's not a common request people make. Oh, would you like a refill? Most people say yes or no, but you're like, yes, but only up to the, a third of the way, please. And then, it's not a common response you hear from customers. So when you say it, it could come across as, wow, this guy is so picky that he only wants his refill up to a certain level of his glass because you're just that Beverly Hills mom wearing the tracksuit jacket at Starbucks ordering the most complicated drink.
So first of all, I am not a diva. Second of all, those servers need to see the glass half full. But mine is empty right now, so I only needed a third of the way.
Because you don't.
And what's wrong with Beverly Hills? I would love to live there.
Because you don't like full glasses of water.
Well, we take these, yeah, and we're gonna go to the park and go
good.
picnic right now. All right, we need to do a word of the day.
Yeah.
So
Reflect.
we're gonna use reflect as the word of the day. Use that down below in the comments if you guys saw up to this part. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video, subscribe, check out our most recent mukbang when we are eating at the park. Maybe we'll go take our little new picnic basket out very soon, and we'll see you guys for our next one. Bye.
Bye.